I hope you have a good recording session. So I had a couple things that popped up today. Um, Twitter went down, which was really weird. It was right around the time that I was trying to post an announcement that I was going to stream tonight, because I had to make sure it was okay, make sure that Glam didn't need me to do too much. But according to, I found a story on it from The Independent. Twitter went down on Thursday across major parts of the world, including the US and UK, as users reported being unable to access the platform on web and mobile devices. The site began experiencing major issues at 2:46 Eastern Standard Time, with problems being reported from users attempting to access Twitter through its website, iPhone, or iPad app, and via Android devices, according to downdetector.com, a site that monitors outages on social media. What's interesting is they're saying why is from something that they did. Social media company listed the status as investigated and noted a service disruption was causing this seemingly global issue. We're currently investigating issues people are having accessing Twitter. The statement read, "We will keep your..." I'm competing with the serfs? Shit. That sucks. I feel bad because I like those guys. But I don't think I'm really competing. I mean, right? I appreciate that, Igloo. You are the man. Yeah, they're saying it's something with, of course, I don't know if they'll actually say until I go live be with you. Well, you go on probably like 10 o'clock, right? Glam will probably join you. She's off tomorrow. Me, I work all the time, which is sad. Oh shit, I didn't. You know, I was talking to you guys know Ghetto News Network. I was talking to him earlier about the whole, because he just got invited on Jesse Lee Peterson's show, which is awesome. And I wanted to make sure that he had like the right attitude going into there. So, you know, I kind of just said something to enter the what were you talking about? I was talking about how Twitter was out. Yeah, Cole's great. I keep forgetting that he's Cole, because like his account got hacked. His account got taken down twice. But yeah, that was a little weird. It was only a moment that I had that I was sitting at the urinal. I was like, oh, I should probably promote my stream, and so that's what I did. Same. I hope you guys can hear my chair. Okay, I'm done. Anyways, God, just blame it on me being this tired, because I am fucking wrecked after today. Oh my God, Cole is definitely better than my chair. But like we were talking about that, and I was like, you know, I was like, hey man, you know, make sure you like don't take him seriously, because he is not fucking listening. That dude does not listen to a word you're saying. He listens for yes or no, and anything other than that, he's gonna just be like, yeah, why didn't you answer my question? You children of the lie, amazing. You know, that's all he's gonna do. And I'm like, I want you to be as trolly as you can, and as long as you keep as calm as you possibly could, it will piss him off. For example, David Pakman and Destiny, and believe me, I have tons of issues with Destiny, but both of them handled Peterson so well. I mean, Pac-Man got hung up on out by him. I think that's pretty good. I'm just saying. And meanwhile, Destiny, he's just like sat there the whole time with, a dumb smile on his face when he realized what he was talking to. Hassan tried to take him seriously. Like, he said his whole goal was to convert his crew. And I don't think he was very successful. And he got a little bit angry, and he even got his shit edited by Peterson, which is another thing I warned him about. Because I, too, am an extremely online person. So, we talked about that. But the reason I brought that up is the other thing I talked about is how shitty I am at promotion. Because I totally am just the worst at promotion. For example, I brought up Hassan gets too mad, but he's hot, so the dude works out. All I'm saying. Okay. So let me do this right this time. Paste. Yep, there we go. And let's see here. Because I joined the surfs thing. Do they have a thing that you can? They don't. Okay. So, by the way, did everybody see Fran on the Majority Report today? That was fucking awesome. I was on my lunch break at the time, so yes, totally thirsting for Hassan. That's fine. I don't thirst for him because I am not a complete gay, but I recognize why people would find him attractive. I mean, dude works out. Also, self-promotion is hard. I always feel like I'm annoying everyone when I talk about. Yes. Yes, and please, if you're in here and you're not saying anything, follow bad praxis, because Hellord is awesome. I appreciate all her help with my streams, and she helps a lot of people's streams. Yeah, I'm really bad with the self-promotion, and I need to get better at it. It is a huge problem, and I think it's one of the big things that's holding me back. But we'll get there. I mean, hell, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I actually got an IM through to Majority Report. I did it. Did they even read IMs today? I don't think they did. I think they will today. Or tomorrow. But, I'm not streaming tomorrow, so we'll have the folks up. So that's cool. But yeah, Twitter was down, and they're actually oh, this is interesting in this story. The outages ironically occurred just before Donald Trump was expected to deliver remarks at the White House Social Media Summit about his repeated claims that conservative voices are suppressed on sites like Twitter, despite evidence, in fact, showing they flourish on such platforms. I'm glad the Independent is willing to say that, but I think it's really interesting that happened. This is all speculation, but what are the chances that this is some sort of DDoS attack against Twitter from right-wing trolls who are like, you censor me, and it's all like people from Gab and shit who are like too openly Nazi to be on the platform, where even Twitter had to go, it's a little much, man. Look, you got to be at least a little bit more obscure about it. I gotta be careful about doing. Yeah. God, fucking Nazis ruin everything. Oh, I appreciate that, hell Lord. I try. I'm trying. Twitter users joked that they were all, quote, censored for the last hour when the site eventually was back up and running. I love that. That's pretty great. In other news, we saw that... I saw that it was supposed to happen, but we all know Trump. So I need to make sure that is true before I say that. Hang on. Just going to do a quick web search real quick. So did... Fran! Hey, you made it. Glad to see you, bud. And hey, we got to see you on Majority Report with your sign, Annoying Sam. And I love that they brought you on. That was awesome. And like they called you out after you walk away. They were just like, yep, and he's gone. Like, probably had to get back to work. Yeah, that was pretty sweet. I posted that screenshot in the Discord. So I thought okay, yeah, here it is. Okay. So officially Trump has abandoned pushing for the citizenship question on the census, which, you know, says he can get data from existing records. Yeah, okay. We know what he's doing here. That right there is just a cover to basically yell at it for his base. And we know that. Yeah, it was kind of fucking awesome. I was on my lunch and like at the time I was like playing Pokemon Go, but like letting it play. And then, like, I heard, you know, no, I'm Fran from Philadelphia. I'm like, what the fuck? And I jumped over there, took the screenshot when you held up the sign. That's what I wonder. Like, I think he's just lying. He's just lying. Let's be honest here. The man is a known liar. He's lying. It's like, I'm trying to see if there's anything in this article. It's CNBC, so... You know. Okay, so here. We know he's lying. We are absolutely moving forward as we must because of the importance of the answer to this question. He later told reporters when asked if he would issue an executive order, we're thinking about doing that, but he can't. Yeah, that was awesome. I saw that for a minute. It's one of the ways, he added. We have 4 or 5 ways we can do it. It's one of the ways, and we're thinking about doing it very seriously. He can't do that. Because that would very literally cause a constitutional crisis, because it would be literally the executive branch fighting against the Supreme Court. Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine, man. Don't even worry about it. Oh, you gotta leave? Oh, damn. Alright. Well, you have a nice night, man. I'm sorry I couldn't go on your stream last night. Like, literally it was like, I go to bed around 9:30, 10 o'clock, and it's like, oh, your stream's starting at 10? Shit. And my wife was on this PC, so I couldn't leave a lurk either. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. I appreciate you, man. So, very literally, there's no way he could do that. So what are the other ways? What is he alluding to that he's going to do? Just tell the Justice Department to do it? I mean, you can't do that. Last time I checked, the Justice Department doesn't run the census. Do they? I'm pretty sure they don't. I'm pretty sure it's the Bureau of Labor and Statistics that runs the census, right? And he can't command them to do it. They can't. Again, constitutional crisis. You cannot go over the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court decides whether or not laws are constitutional. You cannot just say, well, it's an executive order, therefore it's not a law. There's no way that would work. They would very literally say that is enacting a law at the executive level. And there's limits to that. You cannot go over the Supreme Court. And I don't think even the Supreme Court would let them. No matter how much he stacked it. So then what's the plan here? That's pretty rough. So, I don't know how this is going to play out. I hope he gets distracted by something else. Hopefully nothing worse. It would be nice if he was heavily distracted by an impeachment fight, but, well, we have Nancy Pelosi. So maybe we should talk about that. Let's talk about Nancy Pelosi. Let's talk about all these people defending Nancy Pelosi. I really wish I could pull this up, but for some reason my window capture isn't working. Let me see if I can get it to work now. Nope, just white screen. Fuck it. So apparently, Nancy Pelosi is not a racist. Or, she's not acting slightly racist. Which wasn't even something that people were saying, but they were alluding to the fact that she very much has a very silencing effect on specifically the women of color who just got elected in, who are also among the higher rated members of Congress right now. Weird. But she can't be, because she's Italian, you see. And if you know anything, Italian ain't white. Right? Is that how it works? I'm pretty sure at this point the lines have been blurred to where even if you've been here long enough and you're a white presenting Latino, that you're considered white. I mean, that sure as hell explains people like Nick Fuentes and other Latino people who support Trump and all the white nationalism. Of course, we know they wouldn't be spared if they actually got their way, but, well, that doesn't matter. Whatever, fuck it. So, everyone's on Twitter today talking about, oh, Nancy Pelosi can't be racist because she's Italian. Okay. Just remember that she has a primary challenger. I keep forgetting primary challenger's name. But it seriously needs to happen. Yeah, Buttar. That's right. I'm of Irish descent, so I can't be racist. Can't wait to tell my Trump-supporting family members that they're actually woke. Like, no. You guys are a minority. The white genocide can't happen. Because, you shouldn't at least be worrying about white genocide because you guys are committing it too. Because guess what? Irish ain't white. And we all know that did used to be a thing. Used to be. These days it's not true. The only thing that would have made it better is if Pelosi said it herself. Which, hang on a second. Did she say it? Alright, we'll see you later, Hellard. Have a good filming. I just love the corporate media on here. Just sitting there saying that, like, oh, it's they're all on Pelosi's side. You know who's not on Pelosi's side? The people that voted in Democrats in November. And that's probably the worst thing about this all. Is she's doing absolutely fucking nothing. And when she does act, it's always on the side of helping Trump. There is literally no oversight over these detention centers. Detention camps, we'll call them. Detention camps. That way everyone's happy, right? It's just, that's the centrist word of saying it. It's to keep everybody happy. Detention camps. Is everybody cool with that? I feel good. I feel that bipartisan energy with the detention camps. Because that's so much better. Because now we're not talking about the Holocaust, I guess. She had the chance to push for any sort of fucking oversight over those camps. And instead what she did, she passed more money to build more. No conditions, nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing she got from it all. And she expected everybody to just kind of sit by and be like, after all of that uproar, just say nothing? Apparently. Yes, enhanced interrogation at detention camps. Yes. More like, enhanced deportation. They're not deporting them. They're not torturing them. It's enhanced deportation, so that they know no longer to come here anymore. Yes, because that's what we do, is we basically, disallow children from having water and soap and things to clean themselves. That's totally the American thing to do. I said it last time. I'm going to repeat it. Nancy Pelosi is an enabler to Trump. I said that, and I think I was, I kind of feel, I feel gaslit, because as soon as I said it, everybody started saying it, and nobody watches me. It's weird. I thought that was kind of funny. But I was like, whoa. I said the thing. And now everybody's saying it. But I guarantee no one else, no one watched it. No one got it from me. I don't know. I'm a sneaky trendsetter, I guess. But yeah, enabler of Trump. She just allowed it to happen. And she wants to spank the children. Oh, yeah. Go after Ilhan Omar and AOC, who called it right, by the way. Who had the backing of the people of this country who aren't comfortable with concentration camps and want there to be oversight. The one thing that everyone kept saying when Trump got in is, it's not going to be that bad because there's going to be checks and balances. Well, where the fuck are you, Nancy? We saw where the checks and balances were when it was all Republicans leading all branches of government. And we're like, yeah, so okay, we'll get Democrats in there. Because what is the thing that she herself ran on? Oversight. Of who? Of Trump. And what has she fucking done? You want to talk about broken campaign promises? It's more than that. This is broken human decency. And she doesn't even have the balls to stand up because she's more worried about her political career, which, by the way, would be helped in this instance. But she thinks her political career is just inside Washington. She doesn't give a shit about her constituents. She doesn't give a shit about her voters. She doesn't give a shit about the Democratic voters or the Democratic base. She just wants to be able to go golfing with Mitch McConnell again. She wants to ignore all this ugliness and move on. That's her goal. Yes, this is what she believes. She thinks it's, we can just go back to normal. And normal is where she can go back to lunch with fucking Tom Cotton. Bitch, I got news for you. We're way past that. And I said it last week, I'm going to say it again. When all this is said and done, when we start going after people, if we get a Sanders or something, we get like progressives in office who are actually going to do something about all this shit, after the fact, you know, and actually look back on like the Obama administration. We get that. We start going, these people need to be arrested for this. These people need to be arrested for this. These people need to be arrested for this because they all broke the law. We need to include Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer in that because they are just as complicit in that shit. Their gross negligence is leading us down a path that I don't know if we'll ever recover. Forget what the Republicans are doing or Donald Trump. They're just as bad. I don't want to get as all Jimmy Dore about it. Like, the Democrats, the fucking Democrats. But the fucking Democrats, man. They're too afraid to fight because they're afraid of what they're going to lose. And what they'll lose is the ability to, I don't know, fucking shake hands and, you know, laugh with Louis Gohmert. And what's that worth, really? Like, why do that? That's what she talks about with her experience. You know, so, well, I've been doing this for so many years. Yeah, you've made a lot of friends, Nancy, over those so many years. And you're too afraid to piss them off. What you really need to worry about is us. You want to keep your political career intact? Well, you know what? We're going to be the ones to decide whether or not you stick around or not. And you know what? There's a lot of people who are deciding, fuck that, no. You're useless as a leader. You're useless as a congressperson. Not even pass the torch. Don't even pass the torch. Just get the fuck out of the way. That's what I say, Nancy. And I don't know who should replace her. I hope one of those four. I mean, they have the mandate from the voters. I've always been of the understanding that it doesn't really matter whether they're a junior senator or a senior senator. I think the fact that you were voted in as an senator is what really matters. Are you able to lead? Do you have the backing of the people? That should be the requirements for being in the leadership. Not this faux meritocracy bullshit where like, well, I got voted in for the past 20 years and I did fuck all with it and sat in the background, and then so now I'm in leadership because I led by, like, for fuck's sake, I have single payer healthcare signs in my basement. Well, Nancy, you want to know what goes in your basement? Shit you want to forget about. Shit you failed on. Shit you want to deal with later. That you're just like, fuck it. That's what I do with shit in my basement. Well, I mean, besides, laundry. For all the shit that will always piss me off about Donald Trump, nothing will ever piss me off more than the complete ineptitude of the leadership in the Democratic Party. Because those are the people that are supposed to be on our side. They make me ashamed to vote for the left. They make me ashamed that they're viewed as the left-wing party. And it's all their fault. When Republicans fight, they win. The party keeps winning because they keep giving their voters what they want. When the Democrats don't fight, they lose. And we don't show up. You want to know why? Because we don't want to fucking keep putting these fucking pussies in. I'm sorry to say that, but what do you call it at this point? What do you call it? See, now I'm fired up. Now I'm awake. Now I'm feeling good. And the other day we learned that Chuck Schumer's still alive. He came out with this post on Twitter and then went back into hiding. Cool. If you're not going to impeach, if you're not going to do oversight, if you're not going to do anything to the bills that you pass, if you're not even going to go to Mitch McConnell and say, hey, we sent a lot of shit to you, why don't you start voting on them so that we can have you on record? Or we're going to fucking out you. And everything that you hear is going to be about why you won't even talk about our bills that are just sitting there. That are just sitting there. She's not doing it. Chuck Schumer could do it. But again, he's going in and out of a coma right now. So, whatever. The only problem with peaches is, yes. I get what you're saying. I thought you were saying chuck peaches at her. The problem with peaches is those pits. Those can hurt. And we're not trying to, like, hurt people. Although, at this point, I mean, what's more effective? Yeah, the pits hurt. We don't want to do that. Canned peaches then. We got to find a way to carefully dump canned peaches on her. My wife came up and gave me the finger guns. Like, you get it, Nancy? You getting the joke? Haha. Impeach? Haha. Do fucking anything? Instead of sitting around worrying about your fucking golf partner or what yacht club you're going to be able to go to after all this is over when you retire and join the lobbying circuit? Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know. I could talk endlessly about how much they piss me off. But I don't want to. This is interesting. We're gonna have to read this. I really wish that my window capture would work. Is it working? Still no. Maybe if I do it like that. Nope, not working. Fuck. So this story just popped up. Shared by Parker Malloy. Gotta love her. She's fucking great. No, Times of Israel. I don't. Twitter CEO consulted figure who frets about Jewish supremacy. Jack Dorsey says he rejects most statements by far-right conspiracy theorist Ali Akbar, but thinks he makes interesting points. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey said he took advice on dealing with conservatives from a far-right figure who tweets extensively about Jews complaining that they are overrepresented, peddling Jewish supremacy, and occasionally praising them. Dorsey acknowledged to the Huffington Post on Friday that he took advice from a figure known both as Ali Alexander and Ali Akbar. Didn't we heard these names earlier on MR from Jared Holt? Was this the guy that was at the social media summit? I think it was. I think it is. I think that's who it is. I remember hearing this. The Wall Street Journal first reported that Dorsey delayed the removal of provocateur and conspiracy theorist Alex Jones from Twitter on the advice of Akbar. Interesting. I don't act on all of his comments, Dorsey said of Akbar after the interviewer Ashley Feinberg read him a number of tweets by Akbar focusing on Jews. Oops. I listen and I think that's the most important thing. I was introduced to him by a friend. I would reconsider your friends, bud. And, you know, he's got interesting points. I don't obviously agree. Everyday Progressives, thank you for the raid. How you guys doing tonight? That raid of 9. Fuck yes. Made me jump a little bit. A lot of ways to keep me happy. I appreciate it, man. Welcome, all you people. We're just talking about this story that popped up saying that the CEO of Twitter basically was palling around with a guy who likes to talk about Jewish conspiracies. I love Jack Dorsey. Going back to the quote, I listen and I think that's the most important thing. I was introduced to him by a friend. And he's got interesting points. I don't obviously agree with most, but I think the perspective is interesting. How very Dave Rubin of you. Akbar on Twitter frequently asks contentious interlocutors whether they are Jewish and points out the Jewishness of figures whom he derides, like Bill Kristol, a conservative critic of President Donald Trump, and CNN anchor Jake Tapper, neither of which are Jewish, by the way. Neither one. Nope. Very weird. He tries to end arguments by accusing interlocutors. That's quite a word. I can't pronounce that word. I apologize. So I sound kind of stupid right now, but I promise I'm only half stupid. On my dad's side. Of favoring Jewish supremacy and has said that Jews are overrepresented in the liberal racist media and Hollywood. He also has praised Jews and Jewish practices, including Yom Kippur. Nice. Twitter, like a number of other social media sites, eventually banned Jones for his role in peddling theories that the parents of the first graders murdered at the 2012 Sandy Hook massacre in Newtown, Connecticut, were actors hired to create a crisis that would lead to gun control. That's interesting. That is quite the story, leading to the belief that Jack Dorsey might very well agree with all of this shit. Holy shit. That's a new one, man. This story popped up too, and I thought this was interesting. From the Hill, Paul Ryan. You guys remember him? I seem to remember a very sad. That dude always looks at. Even when he smiled, he always looked like he was going like, well, sorry guys. Interesting story. The guitar player from my band actually did a trip to Wisconsin while he was still in office, and he was eating breakfast at this place. And my buddy, he's not a mean guy, but he knows politics well enough to know who he is. So he's in this place. Paul Ryan comes in and sits down and starts eating breakfast. And he said on his way out, he's like, I couldn't think of anything to say to him. So all I did was walk up to him and I just went. And walked away. And in his own way, said everything he needed to say. So Paul Ryan's got a book coming out. And from the Hill, this is the headline. Paul Ryan saw retirement as an escape hatch from Trump. Sure you did, bud. You did fucking nothing. Nate Sway, thank you for hopping in the van. That follow is nice and tasty and well received. The author of an upcoming book highlighting how Republicans have dealt with the rise of President Trump says that former Speaker Paul Ryan, an early critic of Trump's, who ultimately fell mostly in line with the president, saw his retirement from Congress as an escape hatch, according to excerpts obtained by the Washington Post ahead of its release next week. All right, we'll see you later, Fran. You have a nice night, okay? I love this idea that's going on right here. They're trying really hard to separate themselves from Trump. But the thing is, we all know They are Trump. They've always been heading to Trump. So this idea that they're like, no, 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 no. We swear we're not this. Motherfucker, you are. We know you are. We know this is what you want. But I love this. The rats are fleeing the ship. They see it coming. They're reading the tea leaves. I told myself I got to have a relationship with this guy to help him get his mind right. Ryan said, according to Tim Alberta's book, American Carnage. American Carnage. A book title that about 5 or 6 years ago would have been about Obama. Named exactly the same, wrote by exactly the same person. I'm sure. Because I'm telling you, he didn't know anything about government. I wanted to scold him all the time. But you didn't. You fucking didn't, did you? On one occasion, Alberta reports Trump finally gave in to signing a 2018 spending bill that didn't include border wall funding, only after Ryan agreed to give him time to build suspense on Twitter. In other words, he knew how to handle him, and he still passed the legislation, which, again, still makes him culpable. Give me a fucking break. On another, Alberta reports that Ryan broke into maniacal punch-drunk laughter after... Sorry, something popped up. After then Chief of Staff... Why is this not popping up? There's a thing in the way. Reince Priebus. God, I forgot that guy existed. Called him early one day to ask about a Trump tweet accusing the Obama administration of tapping his phone during the election. Paul, what the hell is going on? What the hell is he talking about? Priebus reportedly asked the former speaker. Alberta reports that Ryan said those around Trump helped to stop him from making bad decisions all the time. This is all things that we already know. So why is this a story? To distance himself. Because when the shit hits the fan, all these people are not going to be involved. All of a sudden it's going to be, no, 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 no. I didn't actually like him. I was working against him in the background by passing all his legislation and trying to keep him calm so we could still pass that legislation because we all actually support it. But just, not as dumb and not as outwardly vocal. The rats are fleeing the ship. And I'm chasing it. We should all be chasing him into the water rather than onto the pier, as far as I'm concerned. But I thought that was real interesting. He's trying real hard to massage that image, ain't he? I thought it was really funny that Tim Pool went to the White House today. And he still kept his beanie on. I'm convinced that his head is a never nude. Let's hear what else we got going on. So Trump dropped a question, at least for now. No, not going to Cenk Uygur. Should we talk about Destiny and Hassan? What's going on with them? I thought that was really interesting. I was checking out Hassan's stream last night. I've never been the biggest fan of Destiny. The way I've always seen Destiny is he's really good at one thing and one thing only. But if you get him off topic about that and start talking about like his beliefs and how left-wing he is, he kind of just... It's kind of like Cenk Uygur. It's a very, very mixed bag. The very mixed bag. Which is unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But basically, Destiny accused Hassan of lying to him. Hassan apparently did misspeak while he was talking. But Destiny called him a liar for saying that undocumented immigrants are supposed to get due process. But they are. They're supposed to be processed. I mean, that's very literally the law of this country. Just absolutely insane. And, you know, Hassan kept saying, no, they're supposed to be owed due process through all this. And then Destiny decided to call him a propagandist for saying things like that. And he also called him homophobic for calling Pete Buttigieg Booty Judge. Now, I've been making those type of jokes about him ever since he announced, because his name starts with butt. B-U-T-T. I called his supporters Butt Gang as a joke. And you know what's funny about it? I didn't even know he was gay. I wasn't making it as a gay joke. I was making fun of his near impronounceable name, which apparently, according to Destiny, we're all pronouncing wrong. Because apparently it is not Buttigieg, and he never got to what it actually is. But apparently, we are homophobic for calling him Pete Buttigieg, or making any sort of comment about his name, which starts with the word butt. And still, in every pronunciation that's come out, you pronounce it as booty. So, to get over the homophobia, I'm going to call him Buddha Jig. So what's homophobic about happy fat Buddha? And I'm still making fun of him, because you know what? You know what he actually is? He's a racist. He destroyed South Bend. He kicked a lot of black business owners out in favor of big businesses owned by white people. Weird. He buried his first black police chief under a bus, and then covered up tapes that showed how racist his own cops under that police chief were, didn't defend him, fired him, then fired the one secretary who heard those tapes. And we're supposed to what? Oh, but he came out with a proposal today to help black people. Huh. Let's look that up real quick and see what he's got. Ooh, here's a nice video. Let's listen. Oh God, it's Morning Joe, and they do love him. Oh man, we got an ad. Really? This is kind of acting weird too. I wish you could see what I'm seeing. I'm gonna try reloading it. See if that works. There we go.
In a push to address concerns specific to African American voters, Pete Buttigieg has just released the details of his Douglas plan.
Oh, she's homophobic. She said it. She said it.
Which he says will intentionally dismantle racist structures and systems in the federal government. Joining us now with more on the proposal, national political reporter for NBC News, Josh Letterman. Josh, what did you find out? This is a real issue for Mayor Pete.
Huge issue, Mika. And the strategy that Mayor Pete is trying to employ to deal with his challenge with black voters is to show that he's not just throwing out generalities or making vague promises, but that he's really thought about this and has a comprehensive set of policies to deal with systemic racism. And so his advisors have emphasized that even his rivals in the 2020 race, who are doing much better with African-American voters, such as Joe Biden, don't have this comprehensive of a wide-ranging plan that covers health care, care, covers education, covers criminal justice reform, access to credit, all of the issues across the board. But I think the question, Mika, is whether voters are looking for that kind of specificity and wonky plans, or whether they're looking for Mayor Pete to connect viscerally on some of these issues and show that he gets it in a way that he really struggled to do in the wake of that shooting in South Bend.
What's kind of interesting about this is I think this is the first policy he's released. I'm going to say that again. Pretty sure this is the first policy he released, all in the wake of all the controversy that's going around him covering up what happened to the black police chief, which eventually led to shooting by his racist cops. And he thinks that this is going to work. This is going to do it, guys. This is going to do it. This is going to get him back in the favor with black people. This is going to do it. Because he thinks black people are stupid. I know for a fact, black people are not stupid. Just like anyone, there are some that are. There's some of everyone who could be stupid. The majority of which are not fucking stupid. For example, a lot of black people in my city of Flint, Michigan. They're going to vote for Bernie. You know, I don't really care about what the polls say about Biden right now. I'm not really too worried about that. At the end of the day, Bernie's going to hold strongest second until Biden falls. Because, as one poll just came out stating, every Biden voter's second choice, well, the majority of Biden voters' second choice is Bernie Sanders. Once they realized that Joe Biden isn't even anywhere close to Bernie Sanders, and that they could, instead of having a facsimile that whose best claim to fame was the fact that he served as the vice president under the first black president, they can have actually Bernie Sanders. No. I stand by that. The only way that that's not going to happen is if they poison it somehow. But even then, we get Elizabeth Warren. Because I'm starting to think that Kamala Harris is not as strong as we think she is. Because she goes on the debate stage. And man, she gives that fiery debate footage. And she holds people's feet to the fire. And then she gets off the debate stage and walks everything right the fuck back. How do you hold Joe Biden to task over busing? I was the second class, and I was like, yeah, that's really great, and she did really good on that. And then after the debate, she goes, well, actually, Joe kind of has a point on busing, you know. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm sorry, what? Are you fucking kidding me? Just completely obliterates her own point. So then why'd you say anything, Kamala? So I'm starting to think she's very weak. She does good on the debate stage, but as soon as she's off, she just walks it all back. I think Warren has a better chance of getting up there than Kamala. And I've said all along that this race is about two people. At the end of the day, it's going to be two front runners. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. And it's going to be about who do you trust more to do it. There's a possibility that people's focus on identity will carry Warren over Sanders, which, fine. You know, I have a lot of issues with Elizabeth Warren, but fine. I'll take her. You know. But it's going to be Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. One of those two. And probably in third. Because, good Lord, is she a good snake. Kamala Harris. She's going to be sticking around for the whole time, waiting for her time to pounce. She's going to try really hard to undermine them. And then walk everything back right after. After she raised her hand, when they asked the question, would you be okay with abolishing your private health care plan if there was a government option? She raised her hand. After the debate, funny enough, She goes, well, I didn't really understand the question because, I mean, what they asked was, would I get rid of my healthcare plan? And, well, I just misunderstood that. How is that any fucking different? I'm sorry. How is that any fucking different? How does that change your answer? Or is it just your way to be like, oh shit, the lobbyist for the healthcare industry called me, and I gotta walk that back. Kind of showed your colors there, didn't you, Kamala? I'm just saying. So we can't trust her. You know, she is totally a cab. All cops are bad, including Kamala Harris. But then again, so is Joe Biden, so whatever. But I totally don't think this Pete Buttigieg thing is going to work. Because like I said, black people aren't stupid. They see what you're doing in your fucking city. They see how you interact with black people in your fucking city. And they want you to handle that. Go back to your city, handle your shit, and then come and talk to us. I can guarantee that's what they're saying. I can guarantee it because I've seen it. I've heard it. People don't want you to just placate to just them. They want you to have something backing that up. That's how everyone wants their politicians to be. That's why I still say the best politicians in this current race are going to be Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren. They have the resume to back it up. They have the history. You know, it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good. Joe Biden's history. Are you fucking kidding me? Kamala Harris, I don't even think could win California. Her own fucking state. I think at this point, she'd lose in the Senate. Put up the vote right now, she'd lose. Because, oh boy, people in California do not like her. Oh, man. Or she, I'm pretty sure, is she a representative? God, I'm forgetting. I'm sorry. I'm very sleepy. I apologize. I'm running off of Coca-Cola right now. And I'm okay with that. So I don't think this plan is going to work. But God bless him for trying. Speaking more of Kamala Harris, she came out with a plan that says she wants credit scores to include rent, cell phones, and utilities. Thanks. That'll fix the problem. Thanks, Kamala. Jesus fucking Christ. Used to be that old saying, like, who? I'm trying to remember who told this joke. Oh, it was Louis Blatt. Democrats is the party of no ideas, and the Republican Party is a party of bad ideas. So a Democrat comes out and says, I've got a bad idea. And the Republican jumps up and says, well, I can make it shittier. And that's what he described as bipartisanship. I stand by that. Let's find some more. What's going on? I'm super excited that I'm still super excited that Cole James is going to be on Jesse Lee Peterson. So I really think he's going to have a good showing. Oh, good Lord. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh. This account called Media Stop Bernie posted this meme that says, Bernie bros trying to burn down America is far worse than any Jeffrey Epstein abuse. Oh, don't. No, don't say that. I really wish I could show it to you guys, but is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Fuck. having issues, I swear. But I swear it says it. Look it up. This is fucking wild, man. That is such a bad take. Oh my god. Good lord. I don't even know, man. I was going to talk about something that I saw. I was reading one of the quotes from Trump. The only thing worse than hearing Donald Trump speak is reading his quotes. Like, I remember how it was with Sarah Palin. She was the exact same way. She was flat out just like, she sounded dumb in person. But anytime anyone tried to transcript her and you would read it, you'd go, is this a 4-year-old? Like, is this a 4-year-old that drank too much caffeine? Like, every single time. And that's how Trump sounds. He's like, throws shit at the wall. Like, his tweets are bad, but when he gets up and speaks and they transcribe it, it's so much worse. And I think there is something that could be viewed as worse about the way he tweets. Because, like, when you type out a tweet, you actually have time to, like, edit and look at it and go, oh, did I spell everything right? Think about what you're going to say. And, like, okay, and send tweet. I don't think he does that. Which is why he has so many fuck-ups in spelling. He's talking about cryptocurrencies. Good lord. He was just in a room with all those fucking guys. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which are not money. What? And whose value is highly volatile and based on thin air. What the fuck? Unregulated crypto assets can facilitate unlawful behavior, including drug trade and other illegal activity. Similarly, Facebook's Libra's virtual currency will have little standing or dependability. If Facebook and other companies want to become a bank, they must seek a new banking charter and become subject to all banking regulations, just like other banks, both national and international. We have only one real currency in the USA, and it is stronger than ever, both dependable and reliable. It is by far the most dominant currency anywhere in the world, and it will always stay that way. It is called the United States dollar. Oh, we totally didn't know what you were alluding to there. Good lord. Like, conservatives. He's talking about he doesn't like your cryptocurrencies. You guys still support him. You're going to still support him. He's talking about Facebook's cryptocurrency and how it needs to be subject to bank regulations. Bank regulations. I'm going to say it again. Bank regulations. And you're going to sit here and you're going to keep supporting him because that's what you fucking do. That's what you guys do. He's going to continue to go against everything you believe. Because the only thing you guys actually care about is the fucking racism. Welcome to Trump's America. You fucking dumbasses. Every last one of you. You got duped. Just admit it and move on and we can maybe elect Bernie Sanders. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Let's see what else we can find. Oh, Ilhan Omar posted something. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. That going back to Nancy Pelosi again. Like, this bears repeating how little we got in that bill that passed funding to increase the number of detention centers, the detention camps. They did it to avoid him doing these raids, these ICE raids, where they're going to jump into people's homes and take supposed illegal immigrants out. But of course, there's not going to be any, accidental arrests or accidental killings. Of course, how would that happen? That was to avoid all that. This Sunday, it's happening. What'd you fucking get, Nancy? Anything? Oh, tell me again about what's in your fucking basement. You can put this bill in your fucking basement and forget about it. Jesus Christ. All this just so you can have salad with, I don't know, fucking Steny Hoyer and Steve Mnuchin. Fuck you. Jesus Christ. I don't know who Billie Eilish is. I'm going to be honest. I've never heard one of her songs, and I don't want to. All power to you if you like her. I don't know, and I don't care. Or are they talking about this thing that happened in Oklahoma? Yes. Okay, so this blew my mind. This story blew my mind. Traffic stops, turns up whiskey, a gun, and a rattlesnake, and powdered radioactive uranium. All right. Sounds like a fucking party to me. I really wish my window capture was working. I'm gonna do a display capture. I can do that. I'm cool like that. I'm hip with the fucking kids. I can do display capture. Here, let's go to live setting. Let's do this. I forgot about display capture because I don't like using it because it shows a bit much. But done. There we go. Look at this guy. Look at this fucking guy right here. That guy right there knows he did some shit. Let's just pull this up real quick. Let's have some fun. That's some fun. That was before they found the uranium. When police officers pulled over Stephen Jennings of Guthrie, Oklahoma, on June 26th, they searched, and let me put on my newscaster voice, they searched the car and got a lot more than they bargained for. Jennings was pulled over about 11 a.m. 11 a.m.! This dude was pulled over before lunch with all this shit. Holy shit. This guy should be sleeping off a hangover at that time. Was pulled over at 11 a.m. after an officer noticed that his car tags were expired. That's what got him. You're transporting uranium. And you got busted because your tags were expired. Alright. Let's party. He alerted the officers that there were a few other issues likely to arise. There was a gun in the vehicle, for starters. Which, I mean, it's Oklahoma, so who cares, am I right? His passenger, Rachel Rivera, was charged with possession of a firearm after a former felony conviction. Oh, hey, they actually do care about that. Weird. Then police said the officers found that the car had been reported stolen and began to oh, I forgot it was stolen. You know what's really fucked up about this? They're probably going to make the guy whose car was stolen pay for his tags. And he'll probably be like, and they'll probably get a bunch of late fees, and he'll be like, guys, I didn't renew my tags because I didn't have my fucking car. fuck you want from me. And their discoveries: 1 bottle of Kentucky Deluxe whiskey and 1 rattlesnake. So now now he's got a rattlesnake, a stolen vehicle, firearm, and somebody under arrest. Guthrie Police Sergeant Anthony Gibbs told CNN affiliate KFOR. Then they found one more thing: a canister of radioactive powdered uranium. What the fuck is this? No, go away. No. Fuck off. I hate ads. When that happens, of course, we call on the company that deals with that specifically, and it's taken safely into possession, Gibbs said. The uranium is the wild card in that situation. I would fucking say so. Hey. Oh, God. I love... What's really weird about this guy is talking about this like this is just a normal thing that happens. Like, oh, when that happens, of course we call the company that deals with that specifically. I mean, what else would we do? I mean, we totally have protocol for finding uranium in a stolen car. What is this timeline? What is this timeline? Can somebody tell me? I feel like I'm taking stupid juice right now. The rattlesnake, it should be noted, was happily stored in a terrarium in the back seat. Well, at least he knows how to safely store his snake. And his uranium. I'm going to keep saying it. He had uranium. What the Jennings is charged with possession of a stolen vehicle, transporting an open container of liquor, operating a motor vehicle with a suspended license, of course, and failure to carry a security verification form. The Guthrie Police Department has not filed charges related to the uranium. Officers are still looking into a potential motive. They couldn't get him for the uranium. I mean, I understand the rattlesnake because it was probably had all the venom sacs. God, what do? They drain the venom sacs in those. He had uranium though. Like that. It's kind of obvious. Like they have to wait for motive, I guess. I mean, it does say that, I guess. I'm sure he was gonna sell it. I'm pretty sure he wasn't gonna throw it in a generator and power his fucking house for the next 3 decades. I would assume. I assume he's not going to have his own private nuclear fission reactor. I would hope. Then again, we are in the world's dumbest timeline, so on to the next story. I don't understand that at all. I absolutely do not understand what is going on right now. Let's find something else to talk about. I love my brick boy. He's my brick boy. I love my brick boy. He my buddy. Let's see here. People are really hating Megan Rapinoe right now. I think what they need to realize is she won the World Cup. She can do almost anything she wants at this point. She can be a little pompous. She's kind of earned it. I thought these people like these people. I guess they just don't like it when they talk about your God Emperor. Oh, this is important. Okay, so we're going to hold this up. The difference between an ICE warrant and, see, issued by DHS, not a court. You do not have to listen to this. People, if you're watching this before Sunday, you do not have to listen to this. This is the one you have to listen to. This is a warrant to search. This is backed up by a court. This is something that that is actually actionable. This is bullshit to get into your house. I hate that I have to spread this, but please, people, do this. Whether you're falsely accused or what, do not let them search your shit. Tell them to fuck off. And as you're closing the door, say ACAB. They won't know what it means, but you will. Because all cops are bad. God, it was a long day. This is my new favorite political account. John Delaney parody account. This John Delaney is fucking awful. It keeps me happy. Yep, Parker Malloy is right. There's a reason that if you look at who Jack follows on here, it's a who's who of right-wing grifters. That's why I laugh anytime someone comes in here and tries to tell me, you know, oh, all the people in social media are left-wing. Bull fucking shit. They are on your side, buddy. You guys just sometimes overstep and they have to act. That's your fucking fault. Clean your own house. Oh yeah, this was interesting. This is what I was talking about with Trump's speech. It's like trying to decipher it is insane. And I have no idea what he's saying at this. Okay, so I'm just going to read it. No Trump voice. I'm going to try to make it sound intelligible. So to me, free speech is not when you see something good and then you purposely write bad. To me, that's very dangerous speech, and you become angry at it. But that's not free speech. The worst, said he continued talking about CNN and the use of the phrase fake news in the mainstream press. The worst fakers of all are using the phrase, he said, they've turned it around. Fake news originally didn't come from the right wing accusing the left wing of fake news. It originally came from fake news sites existing that were, oh, I don't know, helping him. Weird that. Very strange. Very strange. I don't know. Just very weird. And now he's trying to own it. It's like he tries to own everything. We're just not going to allow it to happen like this, he said, returning to his commentary about what isn't free speech. We're not going to be silenced. You're the president. No one is trying to silence you. Twitter is mostly on your side. You gave them a fat tax break, buddy. They love you. This is absolutely insane. But again, I was trying to make that sound intelligible. It's impossible. So what is he... Like, let's try. Let's try. So to him, free speech is not when you see something good and then you purposely write bad. Meaning, to him, free speech is only when you praise what he does. You can't say anything negative about it, because in his eyes, it's good, and that's how you should report it. Nothing else. No critical thought at all. Hi, Zoe. My dog's in here. You want to be on stream? Come here. Come here. So very literally, what he's trying to tell you and his supporters is that it's not free speech if you criticize me. I wonder where he got that from. Well, I mean, he's kind of always felt that way. But, you know, he's always leaned that way, and then he's in a room with a bunch of people who are trying to kiss his ass. What the hell is going on? My dog is barking for no reason. Anyways. Like, let's try to continue. To me, that's very dangerous speech. What's dangerous about it? Is it dangerous to your re-election prospects that people get the facts and the other side of the story about what it is you're doing? Is that what he's saying? No one knows. And you become angry at it. Meaning he gets pissed off about it. He literally is admitting that free speech is when people say things, or free speech is not when people say things he doesn't like. That is not considered free speech. Talk to me again, right-wingers, about how the left does not care about free speech. I will hold fast that the left cares a lot more about free speech than right-wingers ever will, because we actually fucking understand it. Here's your God Emperor saying, it's only free speech if you write what I like. Only. To my MR listeners, it's that part in one of the breaks to the fun half, where they say, where it's edited together, Sam saying, look, it's free speech if you don't like me. It's against free speech if you don't like me. That, but unironically, and oh yeah, the fucking President of the United States of America. It's not how it works. But here we are. What are we gonna do? So he's literally admitting that if it hurts his fifis, that's dangerous. If he's doing something and people say, that's probably not that good because this, and that, that's not free speech. Very literally. He doesn't want people to write anything negative about him ever. And this is your strong man. Give me a goddamn break. I couldn't believe that the first time I read that. Oh, Jesus. Twitter is such a fucking shit. What the fuck is this? Video of Trump kissing 2016 campaign worker Alva Johnson offered to rebut her claim of sexual misconduct as proof of innocent interaction that was mutual and not forcible. Oh, God. What now? I'm curious what he did here. Honestly, I don't know. Serves her right for being black and working for Trump, honestly. No, I don't wish that on her. I'm sorry. No one deserves that. But, my God, she needs to think about her career choices. Oh my God. That's pretty good. Oh, man. I knew it. I was hoping someone would get pissed off at him. And Mr. Cernovich, this is a major mistake on your part and shows a lack of vision. Just them chickens coming home to roost. Oh yeah. Yeah, we were gonna talk. I was gonna talk about Epstein. I have kind of a theory about Epstein. I don't think it's gonna be this big, massive thing where it takes down everybody, because they're literally the people in charge. They're not gonna allow it. I think Epstein might quietly plead out, though. But those videos are there. What is on those CDs? That guy had a lot of blackmail, is all I'm saying. I don't know if the police are going to do anything really that much to him. I don't know if it's going to be this big thing where it takes down Clinton and Trump, which I would be okay with. Again, fuck Clinton just as much as fuck Trump. But you gotta wonder what's on those tapes. I'm wondering if we ever find out what's on them. I'm being very conspiratorial. I recognize that. But if that's as damaging as they're saying it is, once they start going through them, I think there's a possibility that we won't be supposed to be seeing them, but we will after they work out some sort of deal. I don't think Acosta is going down. I don't. Because again, these are the people in charge. These are the people in power. I think that is a possibility. He sees Epstein sees some jail time. But I think with everybody's plan that, oh, well, I had a falling out with this guy. I think that's legitimately going to be their defense. They're going to be like, oh, I wasn't in contact with him. And those tapes will never come up till after the fact. Because we still have Anonymous. They're still active. I think those end up online. And I think we're going to see a lot of things that we don't want to see. Very literally, you know, how they keep talking about QAnon and it's all based in Hollywood and blah, blah, blah. Nope, it was a billionaire on your guys' side, who is protecting all the elites in all of our politics. And yeah. If I were the right-wingers, I would stop thinking that this pissed off or it has leftists scared, because it doesn't. Honestly. Like, I'm still getting likes from this tweet from almost a week ago where I said, fuck it, take them all, arrest them all. I don't care. I think this is going to cause a huge backlash. And it's going to take, and I'm just theorizing here, years before we see them. First things first, there was a ton of CDs that they have to go through. And they're going to cherry pick which ones are going to come out to get Epstein. They're going to be very careful which ones come out. That doesn't mean those ones will be deleted. That means there's going to have to be back channels. And I think a group like Anonymous can figure that out. And they will. And I think it's going to ruin a lot of people. That might be just as good as electing Bernie Sanders. I don't know for sure. I don't think there are going to be very many people happy with how many people are attached to this. I don't think anybody on either side of the aisle is going to be happy. Except the leftists. Because we're going to be sitting there going, we fucking told ya. We don't give a fuck about these people either, so drag them all to jail. You know, you think we're joking about the guillotines and gulags? I mean, we are. But I mean, they're fucking pedophiles. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I think it happens. And if it doesn't, I'd be shocked. I'd be absolutely shocked. But the idea that this is just going to take on leftists, no. Trump is there too. And I think there's a lot of people on the right that know it. That's why they're trying to say, oh yeah, but Clinton's going down. You guys should worry about Clinton. It's like, we don't give a fuck about Clinton. What the hell made you think that we gave two shits about Bill Clinton? We ain't you. We are not party over everything. We're policy over everything. And the best way to get policy is to not elect, I don't know, fucking child rapists. So, we'll see what happens. But that's my theory on it. But if I were a right-winger, if you're a right-winger who's just kind of stopping by and checking out my stream, I'm going to tell you right now, I am not the least bit afraid of what happens. My apologies. I'm not the least bit afraid about what happens from the Epstein case. I know who won't be there. I know Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez will not be there. I know Ilhan Omar will not be there. And most of all, I know Bernie Sanders, of all the people, will not be there. Can you say the same about the people you support? Do you think John Boehner isn't there? George Bush, Senior or Junior? Pick one. Just pick one. And most of all, do you honestly believe that Donald Trump is not going to be there? I'm just saying. You have a lot more to fear than we do. And that will always be the case. If I were you, I'd start working on making sure that Epstein wasn't prosecuted. Because, oh boy, when those fireworks start flying, it's going to be a lot of fun for us leftists. I'm just saying. I'm going to keep saying, I'm just saying. Leftists should be afraid of Epstein because they're going to go after known leftist Bill Clinton. Architect of welfare reform. Get the fuck out of here. Get out. No. Good Lord. Well, here's the first of many. Steuben County man arrested charged with threatening to kill a U.S. Congresswoman. Let's see here. Which one is it? Oh, Minnesota? Boy, Oh, there it is. Yes. What a shock. It's Ilhan Omar. Yeah. Gee, thanks, Nancy Pelosi. Boy, I'm glad that you repeatedly said right-wing lies about her and then also continue to attack her and other ones. AOC. Oh, you're just going after the kids, are ya? The spoiled brats. As I saw one news site refer to them. Yeah, they're so fucking spoiled. Jesus. It's not just Pelosi versus AOC, Tlaib, Omar, and Presley. It's Pelosi versus the Congressional Progressive Caucus, which has 80-plus members, and it's been the dynamic since the leadership contests the fights over rules and procedure, committee assignments, and now legislation and messaging. This time, we actually have enough people to fight back, and we actually have a movement behind us. Again, for all you right-wingers who pop in, we aren't a hive mind. Not by any means. We're fighting a much more powerful and established establishment than you guys are. You guys are actually going with the establishment. The racism and everything, that's all establishment, buddy. Sorry to tell you. It's what they wanted. That's what they've always wanted. Let's see here. I'm coming up on 10 o'clock. We got about 20 minutes. We can do a couple more stories. Let's see what else we can find. Sanctuary DMV. What is Sanctuary DMV? That's interesting. Really curious. All volunteer solidarity group resisting policies and practices targeting immigrants in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. Interesting. Okay. Apparently, they released this that Marriott Hotels just sent a statement to our organizer and press. Marriott has made the decision to decline any requests to use our hotels as detention facilities. Thank you for standing on the right side of history. Oh, they were being asked to use their hotels as detention facilities by the U.S. government? Marriott actually did something good. Next, we need to make sure that out-of-town ICE agents can't stay there, too. That'd be a nice thing. Make it as inconvenient as possible for ICE agents. Because we really should be just abolishing ICE. But, well, we can't do that right now. You know. I did notice this week that there was quite a push to get rid of Department of Homeland Security, which, again, is something that I've been saying for years. You know, again, right-wingers who just popped in. You guys talk about big government. DHS is as big as it can get. What does it do that can't be done by any other existing organization in the U.S. government? I'll wait. What is that? Oh, yeah. They don't do anything that can be done by the FBI or, you know, the NSA or anything. They exist as just another way to police the U.S. citizens and to spy on us, by the way. That's all they're for. They're unneeded. They haven't caught anybody. And what's the purpose besides gathering data on us, U.S. citizens? Again, I will wait. But I do love that there's a push for that. Because I think that it should definitely be something that we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of ICE because we already have protections for the border, which, you know, I'm all for open borders, but we're not going to get that. We're not going to get that. I fully recognize that. I'm not an idiot. But we do need to get rid of ICE because we have Border Patrol. These are organizations that are redundant as hell and only exist to increase the police power of the U.S. federal government. So why do we need them? And I know what you're thinking. If you are a right-winger who just popped in and you're watching a leftist talk about that, holy shit, that's a leftist talking about shrinking the government and making it less of an authoritarian state. Oh my god, it's almost like I'm logically consistent. And that we're not the caricature that you made in your head. Cool. I'm okay with that. If you recognize that fact, there might be hope for you yet. If you choose to reject that fact and be like, oh no, there must be something else. No. That's 110% what I believe. I've always believed that the Department of Homeland Security was a redundant agency. I've always believed that ICE is a redundant agency and now is a terrorist force to terrorize undocumented immigrants who come into this country, and immigrants, and also anyone of color who they have accidentally arrested, by the way. And they're not protecting our borders. Because where are they going to be raiding? Anywhere near the border? No. Oh, this is funny. Why do conservatives think that... Why do they think that we're going to listen to their choices on these matters? They are so scared of Warren and Bernie. More scared of Bernie, let's be honest here. They are so afraid. Conservative columnist George Will says Democrats should nominate Bennett. Michael Bennett to beat Trump. Good old bird lips here. Michael fucking Bennett. That's the guy that can beat Trump. Not gonna do it. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. And we're not gonna listen to you. We don't care what you guys say. Do you want to know who your dream ticket is? Who your dream ticket should be, Republicans? It should be Joe Biden primarying Trump. I would love to see that. It'd be far less entertaining than seeing Bernie Sanders wipe the floor with Trump. But it'd be really funny to watch you guys eat shit as you guys try and vote for a Democrat. as terrible and aligned with your views as he is. Which he is. I don't care what you say. Oh, he's a Democrat. Obama, blah, blah, blah. No. He's a Republican. He believes everything you guys believe. The dude basically made a states' rights argument at the last debate. And while you're at it, you guys can have Kamala Harris, who later said the same thing. Oops. Did I say that? Oh, no. No. Speaking of Joe Biden, here he is with a dictator. I remember this. So all you liberals out there, Joe Biden ain't it. Joe Biden ain't it. Oh, the Blue Dog Coalition came out with a statement about AOC. Let's not forget the fact that Representative Ocasio-Cortez's chief of staff called a group of members racist. This is a group of members led by an immigrant woman of color, and this group includes several other people of color, including 2 black men who actually experienced the segregated South. That's cool and all, but, well, you guys kind of gave away the farm on that last bill, didn't you? How many times do I need to bring it up? Literally detention camps. And you guys got what for it? Jack and shit. The raids are still happening. You didn't block any funding. You didn't increase any oversight over these to make sure that, oh, I don't know, children aren't fucking starving. Gee, good fucking job. The Blue Dogs. Bold leadership, common sense solutions. Look at this. Look at this down here. I'll move my head. It's on this side. Bold leadership, common sense solutions. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Blue Dogs are so fucking worthless. Just join the Republican Party already. Just get it over with. Oh, wow. Mike Gravel is about $5,000 away from getting on the debate stage. That would be fucking interesting. I would never vote for him. It's like, if there's one person that I would make the argument is too old, it's Mike Gravel. And I really have some questions about his Twitter and how he's letting his teenage grandson and daughter run it. It's like, I agree with a lot of the things they say, but it's not going to make it for a legitimate run, is all I'm saying. But having him on the stage, he's on the same stage with, just imagine this, Mike Gravel, Bernie Sanders, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Elizabeth Warren, and Pete Buttigieg. That would be delicious. Gravel would be saying all the things that Bernie can't say out of fear of being absolutely lambasted by centrists on Twitter. Because Gravel will not care. It's like, you gotta look at fucking Joe Biden and be like, why don't you just fucking run as a Republican, you piece of shit? Like, if he said that to Joe Biden, not those exact words, just swearing, this swearing might be a little much. You're like, oh, Joe, you sure as hell like Republicans an awful lot. Why don't you just run as one? I mean, your policies align with them a lot more. Could you imagine the heads exploding? Oh, please give him money. I wish I had money to donate to him. $5,000 more. He could do it. Get on that debate stage, Mike. Bring the fight to him. You aren't going to win in the primary, but goddamn it, if you get on that debate stage, that'll be fucking entertaining. Oh my god. I can't believe he's that close. You got 65,000 donors. Pretty fucking good. All this from letting your teenage grandson and daughter run your Twitter account. You raised them well. I look forward to them serving at some point. And then you just scroll down and you see terrible news. That made me happy, and just you scroll down here and you're like, oh yeah, there's an ICE raid happening on Sunday. Fucking Nancy Pelosi, I swear to God. Oh. See what else I can find. We got about 5 minutes. What the hell? Detroit Police Commissioner removed from raucous meeting in handcuffs. During a raucous Board of Police Commissioners meeting Thursday, officers removed a commissioner from the meeting as other cops held back an irate crowd. The board went on to discuss policy governing the use of facial recognition software, which officials say restricts using the technology to after-the-fact investigations of violent crimes or when there's a credible threat of terrorism. But Police Chief James Craig last week asked the board to hold off on the vote so he could tweak a few things. Interesting. Dozens attended Thursday's meeting, which was held at the Durfee Information Center at Collingwood Street on the city's west side. Some attendees wore masks to protest the use of the software, which they said opens the door for police abuse, because it does. Dozens attended Thursday's meeting, which was held at the Durfee... I just read that. Shortly after the meeting commenced, Wayne Circuit Judge Craig Strong swore in Carter as the new board chair. Afterward, Commissioner Willie Burton began asking what she would do differently than former Chairman Willie Bell, with whom Burton had clashed several times. You are out of order, Carter told Burton multiple times. When Burton continued talking, she asked officers to remove him from the room. Several officers surrounded Burton and placed him in handcuffs. Angry audience members rushed toward the front of the room, and police officers formed a cordon around Burton as cops led him from the room amid shouts of democracy and expletives. It took about 20 minutes for things to calm down, and the board continued normal business, including reading resolutions aloud and an update from the 10th Precinct. The board was to vote on the facial recognition software later Thursday. This just fucking happened. Jesus Christ. This ain't far. Assistant Chief David LaValle said Burton was charged with disorderly conduct and taken to the Detroit Detention Center. He was asked several times to be quiet and finally told him if he didn't, he would be arrested, he said. But he kept shouting, "I think our officers showed great restraint tonight." He's lucky I didn't get shot. Oops, did I say that out loud? Sorry. Carter said during the meeting that State Rep Isaac Robinson of Detroit introduced a House bill this week that would put a 5-year moratorium on police departments in Michigan from using facial recognition software. It needs to be like a permanent moratorium on that. Holy shit. During the public comment portion of Thursday's meeting, resident Eric Blount said he supports the proposed legislation. What the fuck is wrong with you? This technology is nothing more than some type of system to lock up people of color. Oh, he supports the moratorium. Okay, I got you. Resident 20 Penny added, the resistance to facial recognition technology is a bipartisan issue. Pay attention to this. The argument right now by the mayor and chief of police is that they won't be using live stream video, but that they'll only use still photos. However, racial bias issues were first detected using still photos. You say you represent Detroiters. Don't do this to Detroiters. This blew my mind for a second there because I read it Scotty Bowman. I'm pretty sure it's not that Scotty Bowman. If you're from Michigan, you know what I'm talking about. Scotty Bowman, who wore a mask to protest police attempts to use the technology, called the mask a low-tech solution to a high-tech problem that the Board of Police Commissioners has helped to embolden. What we have now is a surveillance state in Detroit. The fact that it's only to be used in criminal investigations only cites intent, not capability. He's right. And it only takes one person to do something wrong, which they will. We know they will. This is insane. They're voting on this next week. It's an emotional issue, he said. We want to make sure people know we are not just going to be randomly scanning people's faces. But we can't trust you to not do that. Why would we trust you to not do that? Oh my God. I didn't even know this was going on. We're just gonna tweet this out real quick. Jesus Christ. What a story to end the night on. Because, yeah, we're finishing up, but please stick around. We're going to find somebody to raid. I'm sure there's plenty of people in one of these groups. Oh, that's definitely who it should be. Got to go to my good buddy Igloo. I appreciate him coming by. He's going to be doing a talk stream tonight. I think he's going to be painting some stuff and talking about all sorts of things. You can talk about nerdy stuff. He likes to keep it pretty light, but he's a good guy. And, yeah, I appreciate everyone who came out and supported. I appreciate the follows. I appreciate the raid from Everyday Progressive Show. You're awesome, man. I need to catch one of your streams, and I appreciate it so much. In the meantime, it's looking like we're going to be doing next week, because I don't think we'll be doing Saturday. I wanted to do Mario Party, or not Mario Party, but Mario Maker. Oh well, and we'll see what happens. I got the in-laws coming up, so what can you do? they need a place to stay, and I need to show them a good time. So, but you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, and apparently cover your face. Because what the fuck was that? Later, y'all.
For those devices that are like plugged in dynamically, that they can, if it could be